Okay, this is pure macro BS. Uh, uh, so if you're looking for something financial, it's not here. Not well, very slightly it's here. Now I have it's with the generic macros too. I have a bunch of functions in the generic macros. I have a function to make the end of quarter. I have a function that computes the depreciation vintages. I have one of the favorite function that just finds the month in a financial model when you've got a semi-annual model and it's a tricky thing. I've got the interpolate function that I've discussed a lot. I've got a payback function. I've got this function that makes a payment when you have a varying rate, XIRR, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now if you want to, these are user-defined functions. They're not macros. They're not subroutines. If you want to have a subroutine, all you have to do is have generic macros open and all the subroutines for coloring the sheets and blah, blah, blah will work. But the functions, I've had these other crappy things to copy them. Now, what you can do instead, I made a new sheet. And I'm going to explain how to do this because I think it's just so exciting. And I go Control Alt C, okay? And then I go to the one called Control Alt C. I should have said that. It's got formatting options. Maybe I have to change that name. And then what you can do is make a little drop down box. So after I do this, I'm going to explain how to do it. I'm stuttering. And then I can get all the functions or only the interpolate. If I only want the interpolate function, I do this and I press exit from the form, and then it gives me the functions, and it just puts it in my new file, and it's just that easy to use it. So let's do another one. I'm going to close this file. Okay, let's make a new file. Uh, Aha, I'm just fixing this. I'm fixing this stupid thing, I promise. So when you download this, I've got to now put a new version of this generic macros on my website, I suppose. That's a pain, but I'll do it. So if I press this one and I get all of them now, and then I have to press exit this form, which takes a millisecond. So let's fix that. Okay, so here's how it works. Just to show you, kind of to be nice and transparent about this, all these functions are in the in the whatever in the in the generic macro code. Okay, and then what's going on? Just a minute. Okay, I was very rudely interrupted when I was making this video, maybe because I've got some large files open or something. Okay, now if you go to here's how it works. Maybe this was the problem. Okay, this user form 9, I suppose you could name it. Look, it doesn't open the correct one. What you do is when user form 1 goes there, and if you go to user form 9, it says first hide user form 9, and then, you know, find what the source file and the target file are, and then let's hide the user form 1 as well at the very end, okay? Now to get these things, what you do, you can look at this, but it might be really worthwhile. You create a little combo box. I clear it out. I go through the open workbooks, and then you assign this. I'm not explaining this well, but you can go and look at these things. And then once you do it, there's this nice thing. I just stole it from the internet, so whatever. You can go and take your source file and your target file, and you can export the thing to a temporary file and then import that same temporary file. And that's how easy the whole thing is. I've got to kind of fix a couple of things here. Okay, and did I? Yeah. Okay, and that's the whole thing. So that's a nice short video, isn't it? You can go to the generic macros, just download the generic macros from my website. Okay, while messing around with this file, I made one more change, and I noticed I did this. So let's say I Control Alt C, and I go to import functions. And last time, do you notice I didn't change this to the correct file? So if I leave it here and now do it, it says, I doubt you want to do this, and it just closes it. And if you press, just a minute, Control Alt C, I don't know why I just had to do that. Then, of course, if you do it to book 17 and then do it, it puts it all here, and you can see all the macros you want. Okay, you can. This one I copied them all, and it just so it copies the code from one thing to the other, and you can see how that works. All right, I didn't have to reinitialize that little thing.